All right. Here we go, building some more Strixhaven decks here. I think this one we're going to do a life gain combo deck here. So we're going to try to work through the good old vampire. Let's get rid of this so we can see better here. The 5 casting cost vampire. Bloodthirsty Conqueror. And then we will do some of the 4 mana enchantments. Tenacities. Then let's get some of the bats down as well. Hey, Copwatch, how's it going? Good to see you. Oh yeah, you always get those people. I mean, that kind of happens where people just don't jive with the deck that you're playing. They try it themselves, and for whatever reason, it just doesn't work for them, and then they think everything's BS, and people are lying about everything and everything else. So that's why usually whenever I post a win percentage, I always post a snapshot of my untap for that deck because it gives a good showing of how it got to that win percentage. I usually only do that for any decks that are above 80% win rate because that doesn't happen super common. But I think it's good to show that kind of how the deck performed. And some people don't like that, and to be honest, sometimes the decks just get lucky. I mean, sometimes you can get lucky going 8-1 or 9-1 or whatever. But all sorts of stuff. Oh, hey, Canic Chunky, how's it going? Talking about the video I posted today. It's a life gain deck. It's actually it was a list from Mr. Handy. I really enjoyed his list. I saw a couple different lists with the black bats, and I enjoyed his list, and I thought I'd give it a whirl, and ended up going 8-1, I think, with the deck. So it went really well. And Copwatch was just talking about 1 or 2 people in the comments that were just salty about the deck. But all in all, really good comments from most people, and a lot of people really enjoyed seeing that deck, and I thought it was a fun deck to play. I really enjoyed it. Actually, we'll save this and exit, and then I'll show you the deck that we're talking about. Black, here it is, Mr. Handy's Black list. All in all, this is actually a pretty fun deck. I really enjoyed Case and how it just worked with everything, especially because you can have Black in play. You can trigger a lot of the life gain. You can even bring Starship Cleric back into play based on Zoraline, which then triggers the Case. You have all those pluses, which then triggers Black. It just has a lot of combos that go on. All in all, really fun deck. But the deck we're going to be building tonight, I'm actually going to play with Professor here. We're going to try making a vampire combo deck. I know other people have tried it, but I really haven't watched anybody. I've been trying to avoid this go around from looking at other people's decks for the most part. I did notice this black deck, but I've been wanting to do a vampire Professor deck and create like the life gain combo with Professor because he has that awesome emblem on there. So ever since he was revealed, I really like that. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life, combined with Bloodthirsty. Obviously, it's a fantastic combo. So that's going to be the goal for tonight, is to build that deck out. Yeah, Canna Chunky. That's the funny thing about it is, I don't, if it's not a common person to my channel, I kind of get the comments because they don't realize that I'm posting videos every single day. If I'm just posting the exact same deck every single day, obviously the channel becomes a lot less interesting for people. The idea is that I'm coming to people with whether it's an original deck list or just a creative deck list that I find, new and different type of um, decks for people to play, and they're not going to be always the best deck in the format by any means. In fact, most of the time they're not going to be, and that's done on purpose because we're trying to find stuff that's fun and what people would like to watch. Because let's face it, nobody wants to sit and watch a video of Cavero being played. So yeah, absolutely. You'll find a lot of tryhards that post comments about, oh, this deck's better or deck's better, and they're just kind of missing the point of the channel. The point of the channel is to have fun being, building some creative decks, playing creative decks, not always playing the exact same best list that's out there. That's what it's all about. To the professor, we got the bat. Let's do this so we can have a better view. I do one of those. The cleric. Do you want to have deep caverns? These come and help a lot in a deck like this. Probably going to put some hexes in. Yeah, I totally know what you mean, Copwatch. Meta decks just kind of get boring after a while. I mean, the reality is I can't make custom decks all the time. I'd say probably about 40% of the time I play a custom deck. They just take too long to build, and I don't have that much time. And I can scour quite a bit and try to find some fun ones. And I think, especially with MTG decks, you can find some pretty fun ones. MTG DVD is a very fun creator that's on MTG decks. He has a lot of different good ones that are kind of like really in my wheelhouse of decks that I enjoy playing. So I like playing a lot of his decks. Just finding different creative fun decks, because man, it gets boring playing the same thing all the time. That's one thing with streaming. I used to stick with a couple decks and play them all the time, but now there's no way I could do that. Not only for the channel, just for the sake of having fun playing this much Magic. Yeah, totally get that, can Chunky. Power level is just too strong. You're not going to be creating groundbreaking decks every time you create one. The idea is you're just trying to catch people off guard with something different that they haven't seen before, and that's going to give you a little bit of an edge in some of the games. And I think that's why I like the combo decks as well. Yeah, that was your discard deck that I played. I did credit you, right, Can? I thought I did. I want to make sure I did, because I'd feel bad if I didn't. I try to credit all the people that I borrow decks from. If I know where they're coming from, that is. Let's see here. We can do probably 3 hexes. Betray. Kind of wishing we'd get another removal spell, like a 2 casting cost remove spell. These are starting to get a little old to me. I'd like to see something a little more fun. I gotta whip up another discard deck. Ah, got it, Chunky. It's hard to find an origin of decks. Sometimes, especially when you're seeking out as many decks as I do. I thought Mythic Mike's video on it was kind of interesting. It's kind of a weird take on it. I get the idea of being proud of something you build, but It's also, you know, to me, there's crediting people that create it, but at a certain point, the community owns the deck. Is kind of how I always look at it. New Sweeper is amazing. I'm going to have to show you something here. This is a deck I just recorded for tomorrow's video. Let me show it for you. It's going to be an Ugin Dissertation deck. And I have 4 of the Withering Curse in this deck. And it played fantastic in a deck like this. So the whole idea of this deck was it's going to be a Hive Pool Annex deck, so those are your win cons. But you have no creatures in this deck at all, except for the ones that get created from Thrumming Hive Pool. And you're fine with sweeping the board whenever you can. But what's so awesome with Withering Curse is on turn 3, you can drop an Adventures in and cast Withering Curse and sweep the board. Such a good card, Copwatch. Love it. Love that sweeper. I think it's the card that we needed in this format. What I would really like to see, and I don't think we have this yet. I think it's in red. Is a -3/-3 to all creatures for a 3 casting cost. The real challenge with these cards though is really the Badger Mole Landloir Elf into Ouroboros. It creates it so you need to do a sweeper to get rid of all the small creatures, which is fine. But the issue is nothing can hit that Boroid then if it's just like a -2/-2. You're actually going to see that when I play against the one deck or one of the decks. I think I lost 2 games out of the 9. I can't remember what it was. But one of the decks was they did that. They just paced out to the Ouroboros, and it's like, well, I could sweep on my turn 3, and it gets rid of, a good number of cards, but it doesn't get rid of everything we need to. And then they drop Boroid, and it's just kind of this thing stinks if you are trying to cast it on 3 and you have no life gain. But by that time, their creatures get very big and kind of go from there. But all in all, really enjoy this card. That's cool, Can of Chunky. I noticed your mono black deck gets showing up on. Is it Black Ugin? Gets on the list quite a bit for the MTG decks. I notice your name a lot on there for that. But all in all, this deck is actually pretty fun. Ton of life gain here when you kind of factor in. You can kind of work with Maze Mind to make sure that you get that 4th counter on it in time for you to cast Withering Curse. You'll actually see me kind of work that quite a bit. Otherwise, you have your Adventures in, which can trigger that. You have your Ugin, which can trigger that. Unfortunately, Annex does not trigger that because that's your end turn. But all in all, it works pretty good. I did like this list. Dissertation. This was an interesting card. I actually really liked it when I cast it. Gave me a ton of cards. The life loss in a deck like this is not that big a deal. But I never wanted to cast more than one of them, so I probably would cut this down to 2 in this deck. I originally started with 4 and I cut it down to 3, but I cut it down to 2, I think. But I do really love this. The fact that you can cast this every single turn is pretty dominant, especially when you have like an Annex Core combo, which means you're basically just doing a net no loss of life by doing that, and you're able to get 3 cards a turn from that, which is insane. Yep, Black Sun's pretty fun, but it is too slow, and it, again, only hits the small creatures, so it doesn't kill Ouroboros. Whereas something like Withering Curse will actually kill Ouroboros if you can do something like Adventures in into Withering Curse. All right, let's continue building the deck. I did want to drop some of the green cards in here as well. There is that one card, the Death Touch life gain card in green, which was in the life gain deck, so I thought it would work good in here. There it is. Do we go for any mana ramp in this? I don't think we... I think we'd got to drop these if we're doing multicolor. Starship Clerics. I think we go for the 3/3 flyers. Quasis. They just work so well on a deck like this. Kind of does everything you want to. And then, you know what else we should do with this? We should go for some good removal. I haven't played with Assassin Trophy in forever. I haven't played in this current standard. That might be worth it. Giving them land, though, is something you just don't want to do in this format. Let's see here. Where's the other removal? Yeah, Pulse is what I was looking for. Oh, here it is. It just moved on me. Pulse is just such a strong card. It's expensive, though. That's the concern. You feel bad sometimes paying 3 mana to get rid of a creature. How do you like the draft format? I heard you kind of swing for the fences in it. Hey, Copwatch, I don't know if you saw, we have some new emotes and badges as well. Got the new emotes and then the different badges for all the different things going on. And then I also post the new videos for members as well. All right, let's go with that. That's pretty good. Let's just look at some of these real quick. Trophy would be something to try because I want to get a little cheaper on the removal. But I guess we already have some removal there. Yeah, we got some of these pretty cool emotes. I think you probably have access to it because I think you're a membership right now, so you can check it out. Or maybe I'm thinking of Neil. Maybe it's Neil that has it. I thought you did too, though. I'd have to look on the list. Maybe it was Neil that I'm thinking of. Yeah, just trying to give some options to people out there that help out. But I appreciate anybody that just watches. They don't have to provide any financial or anything like that. I just appreciate them watching the channel and everything. So just thank you for hanging around and you know, chatting with us and being a good part of the community. So I appreciate it. Let's see here. We can just give this one a whirl and see kind of how we like it. Professor combo. I feel like I want to put more lifelink in the deck. Alright, opponent goes first here. We do have Shoot the Sheriff and an Enduring, as well as a Bat. We'll keep that. Fire Ray. Not great to have the Bat against that. This is probably not a good matchup for us. Okay. Whenever I see this, I always think it's going to be the deck that kills us from 10. I think we just do this. That way we got the Bat for next turn. I just realized we did not fix our land in this deck. I'm like, we don't have green land. Well, I've got to fix this so it actually has green land. Yeah, so Cannon Chunky, I posted a video for my members doing the similar thing with 6 drops, and I did Terror of the Peaks, and it was, or sorry, not 6 drops, 5 drops, and used Terror of the Peaks, and it was fantastic. Worked really well. There's just so many good 5 drops. You got the Avatar, which is the 5 drop. Yeah, we're just gonna... Can we kill that? Yes, we can. We'll just get another one out next turn. The unfortunate thing is, what does he have to do to get this transform? He has to do 4 damage? Okay. I guess we just... Oh, we can't do this, of course. Why would I think we can do that? We don't have green land. We only put green cards in our deck without land. We're going to try winning the game without it. Raphael? Okay, we can block. Oh, it has double strike. Okay, here braids. All right, I think we're dead no matter what here. We'll just concede that. Fix the deck. Yeah, the whole idea of that deck was I was trying to make it so it won on the turn that you cast that one card. So in a perfect world, it's going to be a turn 4 win most likely. It kind of reminds me a lot of the dinosaur deck in a way. But all in all, 9 is a lot of life, and you gotta, if you're playing against like a red or something, you're gonna struggle to get enough life to stay there. Let's get our land fixed. Oh, okay. Let's move this over so we can see it better. Do overgrown tombs. Tapped. This can trigger life gain by getting the food token, so those aren't too bad. Four, 5, 6, 10, 12 sources. There we go. That's a little better. I don't know if I even want the forest in there, though. Let's just leave it down to 1. Just so we can search it out if needed. Colorless in? Oh, yeah. Life gain. I just showed you that, and then I completely ignored it. Probably only want 2. Quick open our pack. I don't think we completed the set yet, so we still have a couple more cards to go. This is a 5. Okay. Hey, Nacho, how's it going? Seems legit. How's it going as well? Cornucopia would be good. Let me write that down after this game. Corn. Glade. Do we add the glade? It's good seeing all you guys here tonight, so thank you for joining in here. Opponent goes first. We are really hoping that they drop common stuff. Get this out right away. All right. I think we just dropped this. We're not going to attack in. It might be giving them a cheap tactics. Okay. We need land. First birthday party. Those are fun, man. Enjoy the time, man. It goes fast. Is that your first kid, or do you have any others? No blocks. Yeah, Louise could be a good one in the deck. Or don't miss in land. Back in here. I guess we can attack in here too, because they can't block that anyways. First kid. Yeah, those are some fun times. I bet you're just eager to get her out of diapers and everything. Hey, Copwatch. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. That really helps supporting the channel. Missing a lot of land drops here. Yeah, your support, you know, really does help. Especially in best of one, it really is a toss up on depending on matchup which card you want to be playing. Oh, that stings to hear. That seems legit. Hopefully she starts feeling better for her birthday. We can pulse this to try staying alive. We will discard one of our professors. Back in.
I'd be honored to help out such a promising agent. So easy.
He does have this down. We can double block if we get this. What can he do with this? Just surveil? Okay. We could Revenant as well. But I think we want to do this first. No attacks. We might just open up the double block. I think we're going to have to. Hopefully he doesn't have removal. We could also just do the destroy target creature with the professor. Otherwise, we got the pulse. Got a lot of different things we can do here. Yeah, those antibiotics work pretty dang good in kids, so hopefully she'll be feeling good for the birthday. Did you get the classic cake, her own cake for her to make a mess of? We could do this, followed by the Revenant. And that'll get 2 more damage in. I'm going to hold that back. You know, it's crazy. It feels like, so my son is 12 now, and it feels like, ooh, really nice one. It feels like it was just 2 years ago he was 1. It's crazy how fast that stuff goes. Unfortunately, he's gaining life because of this. We're going to have to go after his... Ooh. We can actually pulse and... That might be the way to go here. We're going to have to discard, though. Otherwise, we can go after this and this. Yeah, we can't do that because of how much it costs to cast. Let's do this. Go after this. Oop. Resolve that. We'll discard Professor, unfortunately. And then we can hold that. Actually, let's just get rid of it, because he's going to attack in with it. We don't want to lose our life. Yeah, the decoy cake. Yeah, totally cop watch. Yeah, he's got us. We just didn't get what we needed to there. Let me look at cornucopia might be a good ad. I think that's better than probably the soulstone. I think I have a soulstone in there. We do 2 cornucopias, probably better than... We can try that. Oh, graduating high school already? Man, I bet you it feels like that just flew by for you. So what's your, curious, what's your son planning on, what's your son planning on doing after high school? Alright, opponent goes first. It's actually pretty true, Nacho. A lot of things can happen right around that time. Emissary down right away. Not the greatest of hand with all this land, but we had the bats and emissary and trail. Sharpshooter. Okay, we'll get rid of that one. That's a pretty good one for them. Oh, nice. Milwaukee, and then a Madison. My wife actually graduated from UW Milwaukee. We can get this down, get the bat down, see if we can get another one of his creatures that deal damage to us from pinging. Ooh, what has he all got here? We're probably going to want to go for shelter, huh? Attacking tokens you control have death touch. That's pretty good. He can cast this next turn. Man, his hand's kind of loaded, not going to lie. But I guess this gets rid of our creature, right? She did enjoy it. It's definitely a different, she was a commuter because she lived close enough, so she didn't live on campus. So it might be a little bit of a different experience for her. We will block that. Did they have first strike? Oh, it's indestructible. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, I think he's got this, man. Some of these cards are insane. Yeah, I think they pretty much got this going here. We'll move on. I went to Milwaukee, but I didn't go to UWM. I went to MATC, right across from the old Bradley Center. At least that was my first school. That mobilized deck, I've never seen that version of it, which I think is actually kind of a cool version. Something different. Oh, nice. Dino Reanimator. I haven't tried to get Mythic, and I guess what, this is probably the last weekend if we're going to do it. I haven't really tried to get Mythic this time, which I guess I kind of fall into it most of the time. This time I haven't really fell into it. I did get up to 3 games away, just by playing different decks. I had never really tried for it though. Siegebreaker on Maxfield. Okay, we go first here for land. We do have the Bloodthirsty Emissary, which is okay. Do that. No removal though. Do have the Death Touch. You know, I debated playing with this card, and I just don't think it's that great. It just seems really expensive for what it is. Maybe if you're flickering it or something, it just doesn't seem like it does all the stuff you want it to do. But I guess, what are you going to expect for a common, right? That down. Back in. We do have removal now for just a small creature. I guess it is. I mean, I'm just not thinking that's what you want to sink 3 mana into. I mean, would you want to pay 3 mana for a 1/1 creature and a land? I don't know if you'd make that. So, which basically you're saying, do you want a rampant growth and pay for a 1/1 creature for 1? I don't know if you want to do that. Can't go after that, unfortunately. Prompt this. We might be in big trouble next turn, especially with this thing ramping quite a bit. I think we just get the cleric out. We just gotta hold it back. Try to survive. There's a good chance we die this turn. Ice Till. Well, we have another turn to survive. Thankfully, he didn't pitch a land. It's up to 8. Okay. Got lucky. Badgermal Cub. We can kill the Cub. We've light 1. Gain a little life. I think we do. Well, do we just get him then? There we go. GG's. Hey, Brent, how's it going? Good seeing you again. Seeing all these familiar faces. Manicron, how's it going? Golgari Cauldron deck. I was playing with that originally a couple days ago. I still got to make a video out of it. I really do like it. I want to come up with a decent build with it that I enjoy. But those cards are fun. That Cauldron seems just overpowered. Just got off of work, huh? Are you done for the weekend? Or do you have to work the weekend too? Cornucopia. Enduring Tenacities. This seems okay. Put that down first. Get her bat out. Jeez, what do they all have going on here? I think we're gonna... Yeah, these things grow pretty good. We're gonna get after the Perilous Snare, obviously. I think... I don't know if Cornucopia matters as much as another bat at this point. Because what do they got here? Whenever we cast... create a token that's a copy of this creature. It's kind of their combo, isn't it? I think we gotta get rid of the Storm Splitter so they don't combo. Attack in. No call for the weekend? That's awesome. Oh, that stinks working all that time. In my 20s, I did that a lot. But, man, I couldn't handle working that much now. I say that, but after I get done with work, I create videos for YouTube, so maybe I do that. Let's drop this first. We'll get this out. We will block with this. Do a double trigger there. We can Adventures in, but I think we're going to drop the Tenacity first and then do an Adventures. And in that case, we're okay with this coming in tapped. Yeah, definitely a little more fun to work. He's got another one here. I think we just do... the land? We're going to be pinging him for quite a bit of damage here next turn. Yeah, we'll block. Comes back in this enchantment. Get Tenacity down. Drop Adventures in. Yeah, you've been umpiring a ton lately too. Because was it the one day you had 9 games you umped? That was crazy. What kind of stuff do you weld? My brother actually is a welder. I guess he doesn't do as much welding as he used to. He's kind of more of a manager of a fabrication shop now, but he used to be a welder all the time. Still has all of the certifications and everything. Yeah, we have 3 of the professors in the list. That's actually what I kind of built the deck around. We wanted to try to get that to work with the vampire, because obviously it's a pretty sweet combo. We'll just block right there. Stop a lot of the damage from those creatures. Baseball season is indeed here. Welding's fun. I do enjoy it. I'm terrible at it. I did pick up a welder a couple years ago, and I've welded a couple small things, but I enjoy doing it. It's just definitely don't have the best of equipment for it. General fab and repair. Okay. My brother works the company he works for is they do fabrication for a lot of different things, but they're also like a filter assembly plant, or not plant, but they kind of handle filter systems, if that makes sense. So a lot of times they're building full like custom semi trailers that can get dropped off and used in power plants and things like that. So they're like drop-in pump systems for power plants and different things like that. But they'll do a lot of service calls. Let's see, our opponent goes first. We'll keep this. Kind of cool stuff. They do stuff for NASA too occasionally, for some of the towers and stuff like that. A lot of things that need to pump fluids. Anything that involves pumping and filtering, they'll work on pump systems for that. Grinding sucks, yeah. Welding is the easy part. You know, I think that's half the stuff that you do. The prep work is the annoying part. You know, whether you're drywalling or if you're doing epoxy floors or painting is a big one. All the prep is always the annoying part, especially when you're doing like body work on cars and stuff. We can go after this with the Hex. I don't think we're doing anything else here. But let's just be aggressive about it. Hey, they're just a full-on Orzhov life gain deck. Alright, we're not doing a whole lot here. We do have our combo here, which is neat. So in 2 turns, we'll have our combo if they can't remove anything. I expect them to have removal, but who knows. We'll take it. No attacks. Yeah, lots of paperwork, I'm sure, with that stuff. Slotted in the core and annex combo. Yeah. I've been, you know, one of the things, there's actually a person that comments on a lot of my videos calling me Mulligan Annex combo, or Menace. I do play Annex a lot, and I'm trying to get some other decks in the mix without Annex, so this is one of them. That would be nice, trying not to do it. He's got a lifelink here. Did he do that just to get the lifelink? He's tapped out. Okay. All right. That should just win the game, right? GG's. We'll do a GG in the chat. will say this is probably one of my favorite combos for whatever reason. Just feels so enjoyable when you pull it off. Yeah, Nacho, that's kind of what it is. It's like there's a lot of green decks I would love to play, and it's like, man, if you play green, you're at such a disadvantage if you don't put Mole in it. Because it's such a good card. I mean, it gets you to ramp into all the fun cards you want to play that are, 6 or 7 mana. And if you don't put Mole, you're just at a huge disadvantage, and it makes no sense not to put those in your deck. But you just don't want to play them. TIG machine, 20 grand. 20 grand years ago. Jesus. For welding aluminum. I gotta think that he can weld aluminum. I'm pretty sure he can, actually. You know what? He did send me some stuff, so I saw him dropping dimes on aluminum. Let's see here. I think he was doing that for some tank stuff. We'll try this. Hopefully we can get one more land. We can get our cornucopia down. We'll be a little aggressive. Get this out. Really hoping we get our land. That's fine. Hex is that. That is nice. We're going to try this first. This allows us to cornucopia into Hex next turn. And then still have the Revenant to hit in. Or if we absolutely have to, we got Betrayal and Hex for next turn. I see a list with Cub and Boroid, and move on most of the time. Just so tired of seeing it. I don't blame you. Boroid's one sometimes I give a pass on because you can get some creative decks with that. Get a decent machine for 4K. It's a power required. Yeah. Yeah, the power systems for that stuff is really kind of tough sometimes. We don't have green for cornucopia. I didn't even notice that. I think we got to attack in here just so we try to get this thing off the board.
Clearly, you don't respect rhetoric.
Did miss our land drop. Yeah, totally cop watch. Totally missed that we didn't have the green. At least we can get rid of this thing. Still missing our land drops, though.
My God, future generations are hopeless.
We got the combo. Yeah, we can get another Revenant down. So I'm fully expecting them to drop like a chamber or a sweep here. Pulse is even better. Oh. Good job. We did find a tomb. Get that out. Get the professor down, start gaining life. And then we get our emblem next turn, which would be really good.
The right spell turns
And we have our Bloodthirsty in hand, so we actually got the combo if we can... Oh, jeez, another pulse. Never mind. The list that I really like with Cub right now, that I've seen, is the one with Doubling Season. And you can use Doubling Season for both Liliana and Ugin. So it's like an Ugin Liliana Doubling Season list. And basically you get to Ultimate Ugin as soon as he drops. And just flood the board with all of your artifacts and get rid of everything. It was a really neat list, but again, Badger Mole Cub. Let's get this out. We can get Emissary out. Gain 1 life. And we do have the Hex available if needed. Okay, get rid of that. Just need to find a combo piece here, like one of our tenacities would be fantastic.
I have life essence to spare.
We're not going to cast this. A whole lot of removal in our hand, though.
One last experiment to conquer death.
We have to discard 2. Do it that way. Okay, we're being losing even more life each turn. Emissary. Take action. Yeah, your cool but rude list was fun.
This will only sting for a moment.
Okay, we got the combo, or they got the combo. Man. They're just not giving us a shot, are they?
You really should take my advice.
Come on, tenacity off the top. Heck, I'll take the bats too. This is not doing it with all this removal. I used to like playing aggro in... Ooh, that's pretty good. Gain life while we can. We don't even have enough mana for Bloodthirsty. This is kind of ironic, because we never even drew our 5th mana, and they are really deep. All we drew was removal.
I can heal you.
Opportunities are everywhere.
All right. We're down to 1, so we're pretty much dead anyways. We only have 4 lands. It doesn't even matter at this point. All right, GG's. Go a little bit angry here. Need a better shuffler. Alright, opponent goes first here. It's going to be a little rough here without having removal. Yes, put this down first. It's an airbender deck. Yep. Let's take a peek at their hand, see what they got going on. Whole bunch of shelters, which Pulse can help with. I think we go after this. Trying to get their cheaper stuff. Got the cat down. Let's just cast all our emissaries here. Could have done cornucopia there too. That might have been the better play. Do you, curious Nacho, have you ever played the red with the spell that kills them when they're at 10 life? That's a pretty fun build. I mean, there's a couple different builds for it, but it's a fun one. That has Ward 2, so we actually can't go after it right now. He can throw another shelter on it, and then we can maelstrom the shelter. So let's do this. I think we do the card draw, so we can try to find another land. Because the life doesn't matter too much to us right now, because this is going away next turn. No attacks. We'll let them shelter if they want to shelter here, so that we can get double shelter with the pulses. And I've got yelled at for this, but I just kind of pointed to cards in my hand, and people hate when I do that because that alerts them. Oh, look at that. It's a pretty good one. A little cornucopia here. Well, I guess that just made our one card a lot worse. We knew they had that in the hand too, so we could have played around it. You've lost twice to that card. That card's fun though. Let's see here. What do we want to do? This seems weird, but we're actually going to do Destroy Creature.
I knew you.
And then we're going to Strategic Betrayal. And then we can take their Shelter by Ghost. What do they all got here? Shelter by Ghost. Actually, they got Bats, or they got the Fang next turn. And if we take that, they can't cast anything, so let's do that. We'll attack in. I think we'll just Tenacity next turn. Sea Brimp. Okay, they're going to get the Fang back. Oh, I should have waited for that because that was Tenacity. I also should have done Emissary first. Playing things out of sequence here. So they're going to drop their first Fang as my guess. They really can't do anything else. And we can kill both of these because we can pulse his cats and then go after his Fang. And then we'll have him betray the Fang. We're going to plus this, and then we can minus it next turn. Because there's a good chance that we might be losing this if they get a cheap creature. Oh yeah, Nacho. I realize I make mistakes all the time. That's all part of it. Part of it is also that I am a lot of times, you know, I'm already through a full day of work and everything, and then I'm playing decks in my videos late at night, and you know, brain's kind of fried from work, so it's kind of hard to make optimal plays all the time. Not to mention, I'm here just to have fun. I'm not here to try to be a tryhard. Yeah. Yeah, new decks every day. That's the other thing. That's the biggest challenge. Actually, is I always say this: if you're playing a brand new deck, you almost need to give it 15 to 20 reps before you can feel like you got a handle of the deck and how it plays. And the reality is, I typically play most of the decks that I play less than 10 times before I move on to the next deck. So I will make up or screw up a lot of plays, especially early on. And, people point it out, and I'm happy that people point it out because it helps other people not make the same misplays and things like that. But, yeah, it's tough sometimes. I didn't even realize we stuck this in our deck. I think we clicked on that by accident. Yeah, that's not supposed to be there. Shelter, Boros, Hellkite. Hellkite's going to kill our creatures, so I think we just go after that. They can Boros it if they want to. I guess they'll kind of go off a little next turn here because they can cast this snapshot. Or, sorry, show off, I mean. And then they can Boros here and do even more damage. They didn't. That was kind of interesting. I think we do this tapped. And leave up, shoot the sheriff. Attack in there. Yeah, I only play ranked 2 as well, Brent. That's also why I kind of get stuck in areas for a long time. Like right now, I've been in Diamond for a while. Because I don't really care whether I win or not. Because I play test decks in ranked. Okay, he's going to do that. I think we just shelter here. Or shoot the sheriff, I mean. Which means he has nothing. That's a tap land, but we can probably get Revenant out first. I think that takes priority. And then we can Cornucopia into a shoot the sheriff if need be. He's probably going to go after our bats just so he can get the Hellkite out. But that's still 2 turns away. GG's. It's unranked to me is so strange because it feels like you're playing tier 1 decks 80% of the time, and then the other 20% of the time they're just complete jank. Which I love playing against a jank deck. They're fun. But it's so weird to be playing against tier 1 ranked decks in unranked play all the time. At least that's what I've experienced. That's why I'm like, if I'm going to play against that deck, I might as well just do it in ranked. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's true. Although you tend not to see the 250 card piles in the higher ranks. But you do occasionally come upon them. They're kind of funny when you see them. It's even funnier when they just kick your butt, too. You look at their deck, they have 250 cards, but yet they hit like 3 Ouroboros in the top like 10 or 15 cards. You go first. We don't have green. But I don't mind this deck. or mind it too much. Just hoping they're a little slow. Okay, they're going to be a little slow if they're black. Discard. Yeah, they're just a straight up discard deck at this point. Tempted to toss the shoot the sheriff. But maybe I go after the emissary actually, because I don't even have green. Ah, and then I drew green. Well, let's do this first. Two cards. Maybe I get emissary. That way we can at least cast that next turn. Alright, shouldn't have pitched the other emissary. Now they can have removal. Bitter Triumph. Okay, at least that comes back as an enchantment. Start taking some damage. We will get Revenant out. Try to gain some life here. Hoping he doesn't have another. We didn't. We wanted to trick out a discard. Now that he knows we have this. Well, actually, we're going to get this out because we're going to start getting in for a lot of damage here. Yeah, they're in trouble here if they can't do anything. Mulliganing when you go first, yeah, that happens. Two lands, can't really do much with that, but we can attack in, and they should be dead here, right? GG. It's a shame that discard's not as strong as you kind of hope it to. Look at this, we're already up. We're almost to Diamond Tier 1 already. Not even trying. What are we on this? Should I check to see what the stats are on this deck right now? Given that we changed it a couple times at the beginning, we're pretty good stats, I think. We're either 7-4 or 6-4. I can't remember. You have played 3 days? Yeah. Platinum Hell. I always chuckle at J-Villain. J-Villain, great channel out there. If you guys don't know who that is, check out his channel. If you like any of my videos, you're going to love his as well. He always jokes about being in Plat Hell. I always get a chuckle out of that. This is actually not a bad hand. Opponent goes first, though. We might end up hexing right away. Let's here. Let's do this. So we don't take damage, and then next turn we can do a hex and a elf. And it really didn't change too much for us then. Yep, Pridemate. Get rid of the Pridemate right away. And then we can Revenant. We'll save this for after the Tenacities. Hopefully we draw another land. Okay, first thing. Getting all the cat decks today, aren't we? Well, we got our combo in hand, so that's something to remember. No attacks. Hoping we draw land is what we're going for here. Another pride mate. Shelter. It's gonna go over the Revenant. Just fine. I would rather have him do that than go after my tenacity with it. We need to find a land, though. Do we shoot the sheriff? No, I think we still just go for the possible win next turn with the drawing a land. If he drops another shelter by ghost on the pride mate, we're in trouble though. That's funny, you jumped up that fast, Brent. Oh yeah, I forgot to drop the hollow mark. Yeah. You gotta do that. Oh, he put it on another creature. That was a misplay, I think, on his part. This has Death Touch. Take 2. I think we just cast another one, right? We'll drop that. And we're just hoping the emissary stays alive. And we have a tenacity in play, whether it's an enchantment. So no, we're not going to block with the emissary. 115 in a row and then lost 8. Yeah, when you're on that 7th loss, you might as well just hang her up on for the day and pour yourself a stiff drink and move on, right? Yeah, whatever he's doing here is not the play. He could have a Get Lost in hand and then just kind of really ruin our day. Oh, this would be kind of funny, actually. Okay. Hear me out. If he has a Get Lost and we drop Bloodthirsty, we're just in trouble because it kills that and then everything else. What we can do is we can Maelstrom Pulse his cat. He'll get rid of all 3 of these, and we get a tenacity back. I think that's what we do. We're having a little fun here today. Yeah, it always stinks when you're... oh, he has that. Well, that's a bummer. He had it. See what he does here. Okay, Squire. I don't think this really changes things all that much. Okay, he's out of cards. We can just win. We will shoot the sheriff, getting rid of the big guy there. What are you taking? 5? We'll take 5. We'll just go for the win. GG. All right, we got to get rid of that card out of the deck. Lure Hold's a fun card. In the sideboard, good seeing you. Thank you for stopping by the channel. Lure Hold is a pretty cool card, though. So I have a member video with Lure Hold in it. Let's look at the deck list for that. I called it Fixing Dragons because Terror of the Peaks is the main focus. And the whole idea is that we have Fix What's Broken, and it pulls in all of the 5 casting cost cards. So we do have a Lore Hold in here. And the main reason is that it's a haste creature. And we have that with the other Hellkites as well. So the idea is you have as many of these in your graveyard as you can possibly do. You fix what's broken. Hopefully you can get a couple Terror of the Peaks, but even if you only get one, you can get back a couple of the Flying Haste Hellkite and Lore Hold and Aurelia. And these will allow you to attack in and do more damage. So it's kind of a fun deck. But yeah, Lore Hold is a pretty sweet creature. I can see how this could be just a blowout of draft. Pretty neat. Fun deck. All right, let's modify this thing before I forget again. Okay, did we just add a 61th? No, we didn't. Okay. The Siege is not what's supposed to be in there. We can do... Do we just do another Pulse? We'll try that. Well, I think I'm going to do a video for the channel with this deck. It's been playing really well. What goes first? 2 Leyline of the Voids. Well, it's a good thing we're not a graveyard deck, right? It all depends on the card view, or what I'm doing for the card view I use. A lot of times I try to use the card view that you can view as many cards as you can. In the sense on stream, just so people can see them better. Let's see here. We want to keep Hex up. Overgrown Blooming. Let's just get Blooming out. That way we can do Hex if we need to. Okay, we'll do... this, leave up Hex. I'll just do Cornucopia next turn. Yeah, when I'm recording videos and when I'm streaming, I try to use it so you can see the cards larger. The images and stuff really seem to help people. You're going to split that up? Okay. Yeah, I guess we're going to do that so we can Cornucopia. We still have Hex available. What we're going to do... Enduring. Gain some life. The tap land into play. We can even do the Offspring here, but he's probably got sweepers coming, right? I just hope this... Okay, it's just destroyed, so it comes back. That's good. Oh, wait. It doesn't come back because of the Leyline of the Void. Smart move. Yeah, we got the Professor. We can trigger it with that.
Short work of this problem. The right spell turns poison.
I'm actually tempted to keep this in my hand because if we get the vampire and we drop this in the vampire in the same turn and we get a -6 on this, we can just win. So let's hold off on that. Really hoping he doesn't target our professor. But if he has a bitter triumph, or get lost, he can do that. Actually, get lost doesn't work for that, does it? I get that, Manny. Yeah, clearly this guy has had his fill of graveyard shenanigans. Oh, you know what? I played this. I played a version of this deck once, and it's a combo deck. So he might just end up winning the game out of nowhere, and I don't have removal for it. So I might have to just destroy that creature. This feels weird, but it is a combo deck. Oh, it's indestructible. What am I thinking? That was a big mistake on my part. Yeah, take. I needed to minus that. I made a big mistake there. I should have minused the 6 on this. I forgot that this is a destroy, not an exile. Elspeth. Okay.
I light the path to victory.
We basically ruin our combo because we didn't do that. But we could still get the Starship Cleric out if we want. He might have a sweeper, but so be it.
Rise and seize your destiny.
Okay, he attacks in.
Back.
I don't know if gaining life really does anything here. Let's just draw a card. We're gonna lose this next turn. Jeez, look at all that removal.
Use.
Guess we just do this. So we can kill her. That felt pretty good. Not gonna lie. We still, if we top deck the vampire, we can win with the combo because we can drop a cleric and then cast a vampire. That destruction effect, yeah. Usually it does warn you for stuff like that. That was a boneheaded mistake that I did, but it is what it is. That's how you learn. You commit stupid things like that. But plus, that's a card that... where did it even... Okay, it's right here. That's a card you rarely ever play against. Okay. He attacks in. We can sack this to gain 3 life. Might just save this as well. Bandit's Talent. Gee, what are we gonna discard? Okay, we didn't get our vampire yet. We're just gonna fire this up and attack in, right? Can he fire this up? No, he cannot. Get rid of that. Slowly but surely, we can just kill him with our cottage. If he wants to, he can attack in with the fortress. The deck's running really good. Minus a couple boneheaded mistakes that I made, like I tried killing an indestructible or destroying an indestructible creature. Doesn't work, by the way. I think we can burn one of these. Okay. Playing a little slow here. Hey, seems legit. Have a good night. Really appreciate you hanging around and chatting with us. Hope you have a good night. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow night. I'm going to try to do a stream on Saturday as well. Enjoy the fun activities you have coming up here. Hey, Mikey. Good seeing you. Pompous Pillager for 4. We can kill the Pillager right away. Still does the damage, though. Since we have that in hand, I'm actually going to get this out. We are holding on to this just in case we draw the vampire. That way, even if they sweep our board, we have... actually, we should have probably kept that in hand, too. Oh, well. We need stuff to attack in, right? Yeah, this is a really neat combo. I don't quite remember the it's an infinite combo. I just don't quite remember the way to do it. Pay judgment. Okay, we're gonna attack in. We do have the life gain available to us, so sacrifice. Should have kept the bats in our hand because of the vampire. Fire that up. Do an attack in. Pillager. I think it's probably just more important to get more stuff on the field. They're down to 8. I love that. Bloody kids don't understand the importance of magic. I tried to get my son into magic, and he was just not having it. He was not a fan of it, which is a shame. But actually, it's kind of like, hey, try some of this cardboard crack, and your kid says no, you almost have to appreciate it. Okay, they're down to 7. Okay. They're going to start drawing off of stuff from us, so we really shouldn't be dropping our lands. That was kind of boneheaded on our side. We'll sacrifice 1. We have the mana available. Too much land. Cornucopia is working pretty good. Gained quite a bit of life off of it. It is an annoying card, as most would have predicted for people. I missed the attack there. I should have attacked in with the rest of this cottage. I probably shouldn't have attacked in with the emissary. We'll see if he turns on his fortress. Doesn't. I was reading chat and I kind of skipped over my phase. He does have a couple Pokemon cards. You know, the funny thing is, this is kind of funny. So, obviously, I grew up with Magic, and I realize what values of cards are and everything. And he's not like huge into Pokemon, but he's gotten he's probably opened 20 or 30 packs in his life. But he used to get cards from like daycare and stuff like that. And it was funny because like he would come home, like they would give him like they'd have like a bin of Pokemon cards, and the kids could pick one card if they were good that day or something like that. And he would come home with these cards, and I'm looking at him like, I think this is a valuable card. And we look it up, and he pulled a card out of daycare. We'll let this go through. And it was a $300 Pokemon card. Like the daycare, and I talked to them about it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we just open packs and throw them in a box, and the kids can pick it open." Unfortunately, he had a crease in it by the time it came home. Of course, kids that are 6-year-old don't exactly take care of cards. So, Ketramos, okay. All right, let's see what we can do here. We can't attack in anymore, unfortunately. We missed our attack. He would have been down. He probably would have lost a fortress. Deadly cover up. Okay. Okay. It happens. Kinda chunky. It definitely happens. Not a big deal, though. Like I said, I play for fun. What did he go after? Oh, he didn't have enough in his yard because we kept getting rid of stuff. Bandit's talent. So we don't draw more land. I mean, okay, so this has lifelink. Realistically, we're not going to fight back from this. It's going to be hard for us to do. This game's lasting forever, so let's just be done with it. Oh, we're at tier 1? Didn't even realize we got there. I thought we were still in 2. I guess it makes it even more that we don't really care about that game because we already, I don't think we had any pips on the chart for the tier 1. Another one where the opponent goes first. We do have Enduring Tenacity. We have a little bit of Removal Hand Disruption. Let's try this. We can do a tap land to start. Another Tenacity. I'm kind of liking this hand. Sultai? Bushwhack. Okay. Let's take a look at their hand. Shoot the sheriff, I guess we have to, right? It's one of those odd choices. I guess we have to do Blooming Marsh so that we have an untapped land for next turn for Tenacity. We can keep Shoot the Sheriff up, but I don't think it's going to matter much. Maybe we just get the cleric down now. Start getting in some more damage. If he wants to waste a counter spell, he can. Okay, that's fine. Is he a mill deck? I wasn't expecting that. He's got the flood maws. Okay, well, let's do this. Blood maws are going to be kind of annoying because they can bounce the tenacities. Okay. Still triggers the tenacity. Strategic Betrayal can be interesting if they like do a big way to get a lot of stuff in the graveyard. Let's just try getting this out ahead of time. See if they have a counter. Nope. So they're going to be down to 11 this turn. And we can disrupt their hand next turn. They might have a sweeper next turn, though. And another ping. 2 pings, actually, so they're down to 9. So they're dead on board next turn. There's a good chance they have a sweeper. If they have a sweeper, we can Strategic Betrayal. Oh, never mind. We can't do that against ourselves. That doesn't work for this. Because it's our graveyard, not theirs. Assassin's Trophy. Yes, please. Okay. So you're gonna kill the other one? Okay, that's gonna keep him alive one more turn. Kind of wish we had a land there. So what we could do is we can get a... We do 4 damage here, 2 damage with this. That's 6, and then we have the life gain, which we can trigger next turn with the food. So let's do that. I'm not worried about his plus. Well, should I be worried about his plus? That's 3 life. I think this is more. I guess. If we get a land, we can cast the Tenacity. Which is kind of nasty that we have 4 tenacities, 2 in our hand, 2 on the battlefield. If we get a land, we could do tenacity, sack food, do 6 damage. Okay, he's up to 5.
I have life essence to spare.
Oh, he long goodbye. Okay, give us a land. Okay, he doesn't have a land. Well, he can shoot the sheriff one of these. And then we can try grabbing his other card. So you're going to shoot the sheriff it? Okay. That's why we didn't attack him. Non-creature spell. Well, let's get this out. Counter target non-creature spell. That's a creature, so we're fine with that. We'll get rid of that because that's a draw spell. He can minus this. Maybe we should have got rid of that. See if he pluses this. Kind of hoping... he did minus it. Okay. Now he can do the draw. We just need an untapped land, and we're going to be in pretty good shape here. Oh, he can counter this now. Okay, well, I guess we just get this out. Can't kill. He had a 3 steps ahead. Well, he's finding the cards he needs. We have 9 cards in our yard. Something to remember with the river churn.
Never take growth for granted.
Oh man, this only cost 1. We can try strategic betrayaling just to see if he counters it. He is up to 8. He gets rid of 1. Let's do this. He's slowly doing it. He has 2 cards in hand that we don't know about. Revenant's interesting. I think we do with this. Let's just do a betray first, just to see if he tries countering it. He doesn't. Let's get the Revenant out. And we did that first because we could tenacity then next turn and attack him with the Revenant for the life gain. Hey Nacho, have a good one. It's good seeing you. I really appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow night.
I can heal you.
Okay, lessons from life. They're rocking along here. I mean, they're getting their card draw going. Don't like that they got the Professor almost fired up here. They have 2 cards left in hand, though. We could just go for the win. Come on, let it go. He has 3 mana, though. Landed. He has removal, right? Long goodbye. We didn't have the extra land to trigger the food. Okay, what does he got? Does he have removal? He has destroy. Yeah. Shoot. Okay. He's up to 15. Oh, man. This game is just being exhausting here. No joke. He's down to 23 cards, though, which is kind of interesting. Do we try it again? I think I actually get this out first. because they're going to try to get rid of this as fast as they can. I would like to have an extra mana available for us to trigger the land. Will we drop this? He's down at 23, but he's looking at top 4. Now down to 19 cards in his deck. Water crystal. What do we got? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana available. Oh, we could mill a lot here with that. 32. Okay, we'll see if they trigger that. Well, it's only we only have 3 cards in hand. You gain 3 life. Okay.
This will only sting for a moment.
Another cornucopia. Gives them 5 mana. Did find the land. Let's go for it. I think we're going to just hold off until the beginning of their upkeep. We're actually going to attack this thing right now. Then we sacrifice this. Do they have another removal? Still have 10 cards in our deck. They're tapped out, though. We got there. Wow, what a crazy long game that was. GG's. Well, this deck is pretty dang strong. Been enjoying this one. Hey, everybody watching. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up that got some new stuff for members of the channel. We have new emotes for everybody. We also have new badges for everybody that are members of the channel that people get to use. Pretty cool stuff. It's fun to have these neat little emotes for the channel. Also, we have videos, exclusive videos for members only. So if you are interested, you don't have to by any means, but if you're interested in supporting the channel by becoming a member, you get all that stuff for them. I just wanted to do something to thank the members of the channel, so wanted to create some special items for them. But I do appreciate all of you guys just watching and chatting along with us. You don't have to provide any monetization by any means. Just glad you guys are here and watching. All right, 2 lands. We go first. We do have the combo there. Plus we have Cornucopia. Bats. Let's keep it. Triple land would be fantastic to draw. Land, land, land. That out. We'll probably just drop the bat next turn. Ooh, marsh. Hey, Nino, how's it going? Nino 1984. Glad you made it here. I try to stream on weekends, but realistically, during the summer, it's going to be every other weekend. So Friday, Saturdays, every other weekend is roughly what I try to stream. I'm out of town every other weekend, so it's just makes it challenging. And then obviously recording videos and stuff during the week, I just don't have time to do streams. Let's see here. What do we want to do? Seam Rip is probably what we want to get rid of because you can get rid of the bat with that. I do post daily deck videos, though, to YouTube. So you'll be able to see a new video every single day. And then I also have some exclusive videos for members and also try to stream every other weekend. So try to give a bunch of content for people to watch. I know we try to have a big variety of decks for people to watch. Try to find more of the fringe fun decks that people enjoy playing and enjoy watching, not just the best decks that are out there. I mean, occasionally we'll play those, but for the most part, we try to find the fun decks that are out there. A lot of combo decks. Enjoy combo decks. A lot of black decks. Okay, the Starfield. Is this just a straight up Flyer Angel deck? Flyer. Oh, this is the Angel Life Gain deck. Okay. We can do. Okay, they got another Seam Rip. I don't want them to Seam Rip the Cleric, so we almost gotta hold on to that. So maybe we do Emissary and Cornucopia. And then we hope we draw a land, and then we can combo off next turn. If we get an untapped land next turn, we can cast the Cleric and then Bloodthirsty, attack in with the Revenant. Well, actually, if the Emissary is in play, it just triggers it, and we'll win the game right there. I don't want them to Seam Rip the Emissary, but they just might do that. Pixie. Okay, do they Seam Rip? Yeah, I appreciate that. I don't get too worked up about Magic. I think it's just a fun game to play. They did Seam Rip that. We did not find our untapped land, so I guess it wouldn't have mattered. We need another land as well. That is one thing that I've heard quite a bit often, is that I'm more of a chiller streamer than a lot of the people that seem to get really excited and boisterous, we'll say. And they like hearing the more of a chill vibe to the stream and not take things a little too seriously like a lot of people do in the game. Alright. So untap land can win us the game. Otherwise, we are going to be taking a lot of damage here. We should have probably cast this for Offspring last turn, because they would have had to get rid of both of them. But, look at what we found. GG's. Love the combo. Deck has been pretty strong for us tonight. Cannot complain. I think we gone, what is it, 9 and 5? It's not too bad. Plus we were modifying it at the beginning, so we didn't have the ideal deck to start with. I think the first game we didn't even have green land in here by mistake, so I think 1 or 2 of those losses you can actually count for just not having it optimized yet. And I think you could still optimize it a little bit better, but it's been playing really well. Opponent goes first on this one. We'll keep it. We got quite a bit of removal. Oh, board. Are we playing like an... It's either a token deck or an Ugin deck. We'll see. Maybe even both. Do our tap land first. Yeah, Ugin deck. That down. Get that. So we can get the Revenant down into our Professor and just hope they can't ramp. Collector's Vault's pretty strong. This down, get the Revenant down. Gain a little life. Attack in. Or 5 mana, 6 mana next turn. Betrayal. Sure. Maelstrom Pulse is actually not too bad of a draw. Would rather find our tenacities, but all in all, we'll take it. If we can get a -6 on this, we're going to be in much better shape. Okay, hopefully they don't have a Bitter Triumph. Pitched a Preacher. They only have 1 black mana, but they have a treasure they can get black for. They're looking for something. Are they looking for their bitter? Another Maelstrom. Well, we're definitely doing this right away. These are sorceries, unfortunately. And we don't have enough mana to fire this up and attack in. So we're just kind of stuck. I mean, we can go after... We should probably just go after, like, the treasures. Because if they drop a land, they get an Ugin next turn. It's going to slow them down a turn if we go after the treasures. They're stuck on 3 land right now, so that might be the way to do it. Interesting. Okay. They weren't going to cast that for a while if they didn't do that now. They should have done that before we minused it, though. Just to give everyone a heads up, this is probably the last game. Ooh, Tenacity. We'll double trigger. Take 6 more. Nice. Deadly cover yeah, that's unfortunate. They can grab the tenacity, so we don't have that anymore. Not that it matters that much because we got the other one. Guess we get the cornucopia because if we can cast a spell, they're dead. So if they cast any creature, we can kill, well, not any creature, but most creatures. Otherwise, we got Maelstrom Pulse here next turn. They're not gaining any life. They can't create a token. That should just do it. GG's. Man, that was a fun one. We didn't even need the full combo to go off there either. Professor is huge in a deck like this. We'll actually peek at the deck list here real quick. Professor just did some really good work there. This really is the card that this deck needed. It works so much better than the, what was the South? It wasn't Southwind, was it? Southwind? The other snake that came out in the last set. It was okay, but it didn't work quite as good as what Professor does. So for the same amount of mana, 4 mana, Professor does so much more. Really enjoy just how this deck plays out. Pulse worked really good when we needed it. So I was enjoying that, and you know, it's a beater of a card, so we like that. All in all, the deck worked really well. What are we at now here? What we started like in the low diamond tier 3, and what? Or so we, I guess we're three away from mythic, which means we're going to be down to diamond 4 in no time, because that's how that works. But I hope everybody had a fantastic time. Good night. I know I had some fun. Thank you, everybody, for chatting. Really enjoyed having you guys here and supporting the channel. Really does help out. And I'll be here tomorrow night. We'll stream some more. And look forward to the daily videos. Got a fun one tomorrow. I'll show you guys the deck list ahead of time. It's an Ugin deck, mono black Ugin. I call this the Ugin dissertation deck, so because we got the new dissertation, and we really are highlighting the new sweeper spell, the Withering Curse. Just a fantastic deck all around with that. Thrumming Hive Pool and Annex are the key win conditions in this deck, but just a ton of removal and a lot of card draw with card draw and then incidental life gain. Really cool. You can cast Withering Curse on turn 3 as long as you have adventures in, and you can do that for a full sweep of the board. Really cool stuff. But hope you guys had a good night. We'll be seeing you tomorrow night, hopefully. Have a good one.